Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and our lovely guest speaker. Welcome to the first business talk for Women Professional Network Society. Actually, not Women Society, Women Network. And I'll just give you a background about WPN, because everybody asks, what do you do? What are we? We are volunteers, professional volunteers, women. Of course, men are allowed to attend, but not to register. And what we do is we do a lot of volunteer work in terms of different services, community service that we can do for our society, such as charitable events, such as business talks, such as organizing events for other societies. So something that you'd like us to do for Rotary Club, or something that we can do for the Businesswoman Society, we'll be welcome to help other societies and even other charities, male and female, so don't worry about that. Today, of course, happy, first of all, for all women, happy United Nations International Women's Day. And for men, you will still be our partners. Thank you. My name is Doris Martin. I'll be your moderator for today, but obviously we'd like to introduce our outstanding, wonderful, I'm telling you, brilliant, outspoken speaker, businesswoman, Ms. Amal Yusuf al-Wakid. She is the executive director of Ashra and member of the board of directors of Yusuf Khalid al-Mu'ayyad Group. And she's a member of the Women Professional Network. She will today discuss with us about what women face and challenges that they have had in family businesses, and how we can see and look at different ways that we can sort out problem-solving these board of informations and develop different aspects, especially in family business, plus in business entrepreneurs, for young entrepreneurs such as the ones that we have today. The forum is hosted and sponsored or in collaboration with Capital Club. Plus, we have, so let us give a warm applause to our members, obviously our board members, Marjan Mubarak, Rasha Kunji, Maurice Anda, Andrea Antel, bless her, she's not here, she's stationed in Dubai, but she's always with us by heart and by dearness. And our co-founder of the program, Shahnaz Bakraz, but she obviously is in Dubai. And obviously Dalia Al-Mahdi, which is also an active member in the board of society. Obviously, last but not least, we also have to thank the Capital Club for always catering and hosting us to come to these events and doing most of our meetings here, which is on a weekly basis, sometimes it's a monthly basis, but they've always been helpful in catering and sponsoring and supporting women in helping out the community and helping develop and promoting women leadership and empowerment. Tonight's schedule. Thank you. Capital Club again. Tonight's schedule is as follows. Amal will speak, obviously, introductory about herself, about her accomplishment, about her organization for 3 minutes. Later, we'll have 30 minutes of an interactive presentation, which I think you'll find it very juicy and very interesting. And then later on, we will be followed by a Q&A session, which is about another 30 minutes. So we give the audience free time to ask questions, mostly about the family business, mostly about her accomplishment, and also what she can help you with, guide you with, especially as a member of the council, in the Labor, Ministry of Labor, and also, especially with working with Temkin. All right. And then last and not least, we would love you all to switch off your phones or put it on silent, because we will be obviously interacting and we would like to have it as part of protocol if you could put it on silent. So, Amal, please proceed, and thank you again.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here tonight with you all, and I'm very excited to to tell you about my story of 37 years experience in the business of retail, whether it's clothing, whether it's from the Ashraf retail, and I have a very interesting story to tell you, so I'm going to walk around and talk with you just to recap everything. I wanted to start my story. I want to share my experience of 37 years of business, how I started and how I became a businesswoman after all these years. And I wanted every entrepreneur here in this room to feel what was behind all this experience. It's not just that you can come and sit in a chair and become an entrepreneur. There's a lot of things behind this. The vision, of course, you have to believe in yourself to start with. Even if you are a little girl or a little boy or this, you just have to think, when you're growing up, what do I want to be? Do I want to be a businesswoman? Do I want to be something, whatever it is? You have to believe in yourself. My childhood dreams. Of course, all of you know, my name is Amal Al-Mayed. I come from a family where everyone talk business, lunchtime, dinner time, they sleep with business in their mind, they wake up the next morning, it's business everywhere. So I grow with this feeling of business in my life, around me. I watch my father, how he talks to representatives, and all my life I was thinking, I want to be a businesswoman. I was at the age of 10, and I remember those moments so clearly in my life, that I was dreaming of being a businesswoman, and I wanted to be there, and I had it in front of me. So I really believed in myself. At that point of time, I was only 10 years old. Now, I used to go to school, and then I come back from school, and I used to work in my dad's company, downstairs in the main tower of Al-Mayed in Government Road. I used to be the tea boy. Yes, and I was the girl, but I had very short hair, so I was a boy. And I used to make really good tea. I used to excel in doing the best tea. Like everyone loved what it's tea, but because you love what you're doing, you keep on doing it in the best way possible. And then I remember after that, I became a messenger between Al-Mayed building to Bahrain. I used to run, do my job, come back, stop in Jawad, there was a Jawad in between there, have an ice cream and then run back to the office. And then they gave me a better job. And that at the age of 10, between 10 and the age of 14. Then I became an telephone operator at that point, and then I became an accountant. And I remember very well my feeling when I was an accountant in Al-Mayed. They gave me this calculator which had a paper in it. And I never used to look at the numbers. I used to do everything calculated without looking even at the number. And they were wondering, how come I do it so fast? Everything, I do it very fast. They give me piles of paper and I do it very, very, very quickly. The idea here that you have to love what you're doing and you have to excel in what you're thinking about, After my childhood dream became my education. I love clothing. I've always loved clothing. So I wanted to study dress design. At that point of time, no one has studied dress design in Bahrain. But my English wasn't good because I came from government school. So I went to a boarding school for 1 year. And then after that, I went and studied in Hollings College in Manchester for 3 years. Now that taught me so much. Taught me so much how to pattern cut, how to sell, how to accounting, to do everything in that field. And then the 4th year, I wanted to do haute couture because I wanted to understand why these items in haute couture are so expensive. What is so special about them? Then I went to Paris at that time, and they taught me, I worked with Lanvin for 15 days. they taught me how to grade, scale, underscale the clothes itself from the full grade to 1/5 of a grade. They look at it and they think, yes, now we're going to do it into the real clothes. And I did a bit of accounting at the same time. And then, was in Hollings College in Manchester. I won an award for designing a jalabiya at that time. And, I was doing modeling for them also. They gave me a very nice certificate and award for that, Then I came back to Bahrain, excited, full of energy. I wanted to work in my father's company. But there was something that happened here. When I came back, very excited, I called my dad and said, I'm coming back, I want to work in your company. Tell me, you're a girl. I said, so what? He said, no, you're a girl. Girls should be married, have children, shouldn't be working in a company. And I thought, wow, that was like a hit on my face, But, why not? What's wrong with me? And he says, no, I'm sorry. Girls should be getting married, they go with their husbands, and that's it. Now that was the challenge I had. I was hurt, very hurt at that point of time, that he never saw this energy that I had. He never saw me working in the office. He never felt all that thing that I had to carry on with my business, I thought he would say, wow, I'd love you to work for me because you're very energetic. But no, he told me, you're a girl. Girls don't work. They should be at home, or even though my father was a very modern person, But in that part, yes, he did feel that way about me. So to me, that was a challenge. Okay. I said, I'm going to make my own business this time. But how? I don't have money. And I'm not going to ask my father for money. No way. Because if I ask him, then, what's the point? I remember in January 1978, I took a plane, I went to Paris, and I bought clothes. I had 900 dinar in my pocket, and I bought a full bag of clothes, and I brought them back to Bahrain, and I sold them, and I made 1,800 dinar. I doubled the price. I needed to open this boutique. The boutique would cost me an average of 5,000 dinar at that time. And I thought, no, I have only 1,800. How will I do it? I went again in March. Again, I went to the wholesale in Paris and I bought more clothes, came back, sold them. In June 7, 1978, I opened my first boutique, Vogue Boutique, in Osama bin Zaid Road. Now you'll be laughed, how did I manage to do the interior, the stock, everything within the same amount of money? 5,000 dinar was nothing to be able to start a business with. I had to go to Isa town to look for carpenters. I had an idea of making it all made of bamboo. Okay, the finance, we were talking about the finance when I went and bought the collection and got my money in. Opening my first boutique in 1978, Vogue Adliya, this was the boutique. And Osama bin Zaid Road, okay? You can see the sign there. That letter Vogue, I made it on my own. I put it on the floor and I made that letter Vogue on my own. That bamboo, I had to go 6 o'clock in the morning to Muharraq to buy that bamboo from a place in Muharraq. I paid 50 dinar for a full 20-foot container of bamboos from India. This, I did it all on my own, and I did the interior of the shop all on my own. This was Vogue Adliya, and then there is Vogue Moda Mall in 1984. Again, my business started to grow slowly, slowly, slowly. I bring collection from Paris, from Milan, from London, and I sell. And this is how the growth of this business started. This was in Moda Mall. Then all these shops have opened. There's one in Gulf Hotel, Yatim Center, Jenny Boutique, Vogue Al Ali, Seif, and then there's a shop called Brown's. Now, all this is done on my own, with my own thinking.